So before we get into the back end of this stuff, the idea behind this is, Anders pointed out, we did a bunch of stuff on open source projects, and what we found was we started using WordPress quite a bit. Are you guys familiar with WordPress? Yeah. So WordPress is really great because you can change the design around and everything like that. What we found though is you want to build a scalable technology, really big website. You want it to have a lot of functionality. You start to get into trouble when you start using all these different plugins because you got third-party developers that don't support the plugins, and I'm not going to get into the details of all that, but it starts to be difficult to manage a large-scale project. So the design philosophy and the technology philosophy that we approach with this is, the idea is that it's simple and elegant interface, it's easy to use, and it doesn't require a lot of training. So you get somebody who's not really that technical, and they can get in there and they can pretty much figure out how to use it. You don't have to sit here and say, oh, you got to click under this menu and do this and this and that. So that's kind of the philosophy behind how we built this. And it really uses the most common desires of website features for specific types of markets. And so we started off with the media, film and TV. So this thing is built to utilize that. So this is the front end of this guy, Stephen Michael Beck. He's a commercial director. He's very successful, and he wanted to showcase his work. And this site is built all on Flash. And so a lot of content management systems don't offer that, but we do with this one. And it's not always relevant for every situation, but for this one it is, right? So one of the really cool features of this is the featured work, right? So basically what this has the ability to do is show all of his commercials, and we can create what's called a reel, right? So if we want to show his work in a specific category, this is like all the commercials. So if you click one of these commercials, it loads. Now that's all well and good, but is it easy to manage? So if you go to the back end of it, basically these are all reels, right? So if you're actually to go in, you hit new reel, you can pull in and you could say, okay, he did a feature for 13 Ghosts, the movie, and then we want to, check off all these things, and then you hit next step, and then you can add like a photo gallery. And what it's going to do is it's going to produce a page that looks just like this. So as we were talking about, if you have like a transformational leader that wants to have their own really cool page, they want to showcase their video, some of their work, this would be a really cool feature to use for that. So that's just an example. I'm not going to dive too much deeper into this website, but it's just showing that you can use really high quality design and function and have the ability to manage the back end really easily. The next site is, this is a country artist called Randy Hauser that we work with, and he's signed to Universal Music Group. And one of the really cool things about what they wanted to do was, if you look here, this is like a rotating banner, just kind of showcasing different features on the website. You see a lot of this on different websites, and it's just a way to draw attention to something, right? So right now he's on tour with Willie Nelson. So that's going to go to the tour page, and then it lists all of his tour and features and things like that. Tour dates. And then you can get tickets and you can read more. So if you click this, it goes to the latest tour date. You can buy tickets, you can tell your friends, it's got sharing features, all that kind of cool stuff. So that's the way that works. And the other thing is there's a few different features like a blog, or news. And so it just basically lists, you post a news item, and it lists it, and then you click it, and it goes into the news item. Simple. The other thing about it is feeds. So as I mentioned before, you can feature different types of the website on here, and you can also do that with feeds. Like so, the news items that are under this menu here, they also feed right into the home page. So this is showing the last 4 news items right to the home page. So that's another feature of the website. And there's, like I mentioned, there's tour and events and things like that. There's photos. One really cool feature that we have on this specific website is the ability for fans to upload their own photos. So if they just click here, upload your photo, they can upload their photos from tour. So if somebody went to a really cool event and they had their own photos, they could come to the website and they could upload it. And then what it does is it shows up under fan photos. And then people can see their own stuff, and then they can comment, they can sign in with like Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. The other artist that we have, or one of the other artists we have on this platform is Leanne Rhymes. And so she's got a bunch of the same features. She's got a news, she's got a tour feed, she's got an external store that it's tied into. She's got a really big catalog of music. So all her albums are here. You just click on the thumbnail and it pulls up the different music that you got. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. So I'm going to show the back end of this, because that's another piece. The back end for Randy Hauser and the back end for Leanne Rhymes kind of work the same. So I'm going to show the back end of Leanne Rhymes' website real quick. We'll open this all up for Q&A too, so if you don't understand anything or I'm going too fast, there's a lot to cover here because we've got a lot of features in this thing. So going back to the front end, you know, as I mentioned before, this is the news piece. You can have like a thumbnail. You know, you can upload a thumbnail. You got a title, there's a date, there's categories, and then there's a little piece of the post that comes in. And as I mentioned, one of the features of this thing is a feed. So on the home page, as you can see here, it's like recent news. If you go to all news, it'll go to the same exact thing as if you click news on the top. So it's kind of a way to feed in different pieces of the website. Then if you go to that, it's going to show latest news piece. You got commenting features here. Nobody commented on that specific one yet. So on the back end, the way that works, it's really simple, you know. As we mentioned before, we want to make this really easy. So the idea is, if you want to edit or add an existing news, you can add news here, you can hit edit, you can hit delete. If you hit edit, it just slides up in this menu. And you've got a way to add a title, you've got a way to add content. It's got all really simple WYSIWYG features, bold, italic, bullets, all that kind of stuff. These are like SEO tools. I'm not going to dive too deep into that, but that basically makes it easier for the search engines to see the content, which is really important when you're building a really big website. If you want to cast a really big footprint and you want lots of people to come to it. Then you've got categories. This one has TV appearances, music, news, announcements, press, etc. And then here's the thumbnail and image features. And then when you're done with that, you just hit update. So that's a feature that doesn't really require a whole lot of training. It's pretty intuitive. If you want to add a new one, like I said, it just opens up a new one. Just kind of slides open, real easy to use. Keeps everything really contained in a nice, neat list. You don't have to click through a whole bunch of menus. And that's one of the key things with this is we believe in minimizing clicks. If you want to add a tour date, you just go to tour. Simple, same type of interface. If you want to edit it, you just click edit. It opens up. It's got all the controls there. Hit cancel. This has a publish now, publish later feature. And that's really big in the music business where if somebody's got like a tour date coming up, they don't want to, you know, cross-promote it with another one that's coming up. It's really important to wait to announce things. So that was really important for her because she's tours quite a bit. You want to add a new one, you just hit add show. You got show name, venue name, address, city, state, etc. All the same stuff. An admin person that you pay $10 an hour could fill this out. It's really simple. The other feature that we really love about this platform is the ad engine. And this particular one is actually an earlier version, and Anders is going to get into the automotive stuff in a minute here, which is actually an upgrade, which we're going to be upgrading this. But just to be really simple about this, is what this does is it allows you to feature content on the website really simply, right? So if going back to the front end, part of the ad engine that exists here, I already mentioned, it's the feed. So you've got, if I go to a bio, for example, it's got tour dates, which feeds from the tour page. It shows the most recent, 4 tour dates. If I click all events, it's going to go to the whole tour page. This is her latest single. This is an image ad. We basically are featuring the fact that she's got a new single out. If you click here, it'll go to the iTunes download page. This is another feed. It's the most recent news. It's got the last 3 news feeds there. And then this is like her pictures from Twitter, and we use the same feature. It's called an embed code, basically. You could put like a YouTube video here. You could put a widget here. You can do a lot of different things. It has anything that you can take from another website and embed on another website. That's what that's for, basically. So that's how the ad engine works, basically, right? And the cool thing is on the back end, whatever pages you have it enabled on, it categorizes it, and you can basically drag and drop the order. So it's really easy to use. It's like, oh, I want the news below the tour, or I want the news above the tour, and you just do it. You don't have to like click a bunch of numbers and weird stuff. So it's really easy to use in that sense. Now this interface has actually changed a little bit, and it's more intuitive and easier to use. So I'm going to let Anders get into that a little bit later because it's actually got a lot more features now. Image gallery, same philosophy. Really easy to use. Edit, if you want to update the order of it, you can just drag and drop stuff. Doesn't require a whole lot of technical skill to do this. If you want to upload or update or remove or download any of the photos, you can do that just by clicking the buttons here. Really simple. Video gallery is very similar, shows all the videos. You can drag and drop the order of them however you want to. And then if you want to add a new one, you just add new. Video title, video subtitle, and embed code. So currently right now, what we don't do is we don't upload video directly to the website because that requires a whole lot of bandwidth in order to do it. So what we do is we just take the, she has a YouTube channel, and we just add the embed code right into there. And the way that that works is you see, if you go into this music video that she's got here, this is her latest music video. It's called Swingin', official music video. And then as you can see, the YouTube embed code is just right in there. And then you can actually hit preview, and what it does, it'll preview, you know, the video, make sure it's the right one, and then you just hit update. And then that's actually going to publish to the home page of the website, not the home page, the actual video page of the website. If you go to video, there it is right there. It's got the video, it's got all the social sharing features, you know, you can share it on Facebook or Twitter or, you know, Google Buzz or by email, whatever network you use. It's got all the commenting features there. If somebody wants to add a comment, I love this video, whatever, they can do that. And then the last piece of it that I want to show is the community piece, and this is being added on significantly. Like I said, when we get into the automotive pieces that Anders is going to go over, there's a lot more stuff here, but right here, this is just commenting. So, you know, you can approve, you can reject, that's the basic deal. So before the comments actually get pushed to the site, because she's a celebrity and because people target celebrities and sometimes they're not nice, we have the ability to get in there and do that. Or if somebody's like spamming, trying to promote their latest Viagra pill or whatever, we've got some systems in place that minimize that, but sometimes it gets through. So we can basically, it goes into this queue and we can approve it or reject it. So that's basically the way that works. The other cool thing about this is it's a lead generator. So when somebody comments, they have to enter their email address, right? Name, email address. And then, you know, you can download a CSV file, and then you can actually upload that into your email marketing system. How that's going to evolve in the future is as we build the community system, when somebody wants to comment, they're going to be prompted to sign up for the community. So how that'll work for this website that we're talking about with you guys is, you know, anytime somebody wants to engage, is they're going to be prompted to sign up for the free community. Their email is going to come in, and they're immediately going to be part of it. So it's invitational in that way. So that's pretty much how that system works on the music side. I'm going to hand the call over to Anders, and he's going to go over how those features work in a different way for a different type of market and how some of these things have evolved. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you built this, did you build this with all these features in mind, or did some of these artists say, hey, I really need this, you build that functionality into the software?
Say that one more time.
So, for example, like all the features you showed me, was that always you built before you approached all the artists, or do you go with the framework and then you come return saying, hey, here's what we got, and they're like, well, I want this additional piece, and then you build that for them?
Yeah, it's kind of a hybrid of that. The way that the features work, like how everything slides open and it's really simple, that architecture was in place. And then they came and they said, well, you know, we want a news feature, we want a photo, video feature, so we built that custom for that.